Cantos 2 and 3 of Book 4 of the Ramayana of Valmiki, translated by Ralph T.H. Griffith. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Om123. Canto 2, Sugriva's Alarm. Sugriva, moved by wandering war, the high-souled sons of Raghu saw, in all their glorious arms arrayed, and grief upon his spirit weighed. To every quarter of the sky he turned in fear his anxious eye, and roving still from spot to spot, with troubled steps he rested not. He durst not, as he viewed the pair, resolve to stand and meet them there, and drooping cheer and quailing breast the terror of the chief confessed. While the great fear his bosom shook, brave counsel with his lords he took, each gain and danger closely scanned, what hope in flight, what power to stand. While doubt and fear his bosom rent, on Raghu's sons his eyes he bent, and with a spirit ill at ease addressed his lords in words like these: Those chiefs with wandering steps invade the shelter of our pathless shade, and hither come in fair disguise of hermit garb as Bali's spies. Each lord beheld with troubled heart those masters of the bowman's art, and left the mountain side to seek sure refuge on a loftier peak. The Banner chief in rapid flight found shelter on a towering height, and all the band with one accord were closely gathered round their lord. Their course the same, with desperate leap each made his way from steep to steep, and speeding on in wild career filled every height with sudden fear. Each heart was struck with mortal dread as on their course the banner sped, while trees that crowned the steep were bent and crushed beneath them as they went. As in their eager flight they pressed for safety to each mountain crest, the wild confusion struck with fear tiger and cat and wandering deer. The lords who watched Sugriva's will were gathered on the royal hill, and all with reverent hands upraised upon their king and leader gazed. Sugriva feared some evil planned, some train prepared by Bali's hand, but, skilled in words that charm and teach, thus Hanuman began his speech: Dismiss, dismiss thine idle fear, nor dread the power of Bali here. For this is Malaya's glorious hill, where Bali's might can work no ill. I look around, but nowhere see the hated foe who made thee flee. Fell Bali, fierce in form and face, then fear not, lord of banner race. Alas, in thee I clearly find the weakness of the banner kind, that loves from thought to thought to range, fix no belief and welcome change. Mark well each hint and sign and scan, discreet and wise thine every plan. How may a king with sense denied the subjects of his captor guide? Hanuman, wise in hour of need, urged on the chief his prudent rede. His listening ear Sugriva bent, and spake in words more excellent: Where is the dauntless heart that free from terror's chilling touch can see two strangers warriors strong as those, equipped with swords and shafts and bows, with mighty arms and large full eyes, like glorious children of the skies? Bali, my foe, I ween, has sent these chiefs to aid his dark intent. Hence doubt and fear disturb me still, for thousands serve a monarch's will. In borrowed garb they come, and those who walk disguised are counted foes. With secret thoughts they watch their time, and wound fond hearts that fear no crime. My foe instead affairs is wise, and prudent kings have searching eyes. By other hands they strike the foe, by meaner tools the truth they know. Now to those stranger warriors torn, and less than king, their purpose lorn, mark well the trick and look of each, observe his form and note his speech. With care their mood and temper sound, and, if their minds be friendly found, with courteous looks and words begin their confidence and love to win. Then as my friend and envoy speak, and question what strangers seek, ask why equipped with shaft and bow through this wild maze of wood they go. If they, O chief, at first appear pure of all guile, in heart sincere, detect in speech and look the sin and treachery that lurk within. He spoke. The wind god's son obeyed. With ready chill he sought the shade, and reached with hasty steps the wood where Raghu's son and Lakshman stood. Canto 3. Hanuman's Speech. The envoy in his faithful breast pondered Sugriva's high behest. From Rishyamukha's peak he hied, and placed him by the prince's side. And Wingard's son with cautious art had laid his banner form apart, and wore, to cheat the stranger's eyes, a wandering mendicant's disguise. Before the hero's feet he bent, and did obeisance reverent, and spoke the glorious pair to praise, his words of truth in courteous phrase. High honour duly paid, the best of all the banner kind addressed, with free accord and gentle grace, those glories of their warrior race. O hermits, blessed in vows, who shine like royal saints or gods divine, O best of young ascetics, say how to this path you found your way, scaring the troops of wandering deer and sylvan things that harbour here, searching amid the trees that grow where Pampa's gentle waters flow, and landing from your brows a gleam of glory to the lovely stream. Who are you, say, so brave and fair, clad in the bark which hermits wear? I see you heave the frequent sigh, I see the deer before you fly, while you, for strength and valour dread, the earth like lordly lions tread, each bearing in his hand a bow, like Indra's own, to slay the foe. With the grand paces of a bull, so bright and young and beautiful, the mighty arms you raise appear like trunks which elephants uprear. And as you move, this mountain king is glorious with the light you bring. How have you reached, like gods in face, best lords of earth, this lonely place, with tresses coiled in hermit guise, and splendours of those lotus eyes, as gods who leave their heavenly sphere, alike your beauteous forms appear. The lords of day and night might thus stray from the skies to visit us. Heroic youth, so broad of chest, fair the beauty of the blest, with lion shoulders tall and strong, like bulls who lead the lowing throng. Your arms, unmatched for grace and length, with massive clasps may vie in strength. Why do no gods those limbs adorn, where priceless gems were merely worn? Each noble youth is fit, I deem, to guard this earth as Lord supreme, with all her woods and seas, to reign from Meru's peak to Bindar's chain. Your smooth bows decked with dyes and gold are glorious in their master's hold, and with the arms of Indra vie, which diamond splendours beautify. Your quivers glow with golden sheen, well stored with arrows flayed and keen, each gleaming like a fiery snake that joys the foeman's life to take. As serpents cast their sloughs away, and all their newborn sheen display, so flash your mighty swords inlaid with burning gold on hilt and blade. Why are you silent, heroes, why? My questions hear, nor deign reply. Sugriva, lord of virtuous mind, the foremost of the banner kind, an exile from his royal state, roams through the land disconsolate. I, Hanuman, of banner race, sent by the king, have sought this place, for he, the pious, just, and true, in friendly league would join with you. Know, godlike youths, that I am one of his chief lords, the wind god's son. With course unchecked I roam at will, and now from Rishamuka's hill, to please his heart, his hope to speed, I came disguised in beggar's weed. Thus Hanuman, well trained in lore, of language spoke, and said no more. The son of Raghu joyed to hear the envoy's speech, and bride of cheer. He turned to Lakshman by his side, and thus in words of transport cried: The counsellor we now behold, of King Sugriva righteous old. His face I long have yearned to see, and now his envoy comes to me. With sweetest words in courteous phrase, answer this mighty lord who slays his foeman by Sugriva sent, this banner chief most eloquent. For one whose words so sweetly flow, the whole Rigveda needs must know, and in his well-trained memory store the Yajus and the Samans lore. He must have bent his faithful ear, all grammar's varied rules to hear, for his long speech how well he spoke, in all its length no rule he broke. In eye, on brow, in all his face, the keenest look no guile could trace. No change of hue, no pose of limb, gave sign that aught was false in him. Concise, unfaltering, sweet and clear, without a word to pain the ear. From chest to throat, nor high nor low, his accents came in measured flow. How well he spoke with perfect art, that wondrous speech that charmed the heart, with finest skill and order graced, in words that knew nor pause nor haste. That speech, with consonants that spring from the three seats of uttering, would charm the spirit of a foe, whose sword is raised for mortal blow. How may a ruler's plan succeed, who lacks such envoy good at need? How fail if one whose mind is taught with gifts so rare assist his lord? What plans can fail, with wisest speech, of envoy's lips to further each? Thus Rama spoke, and Lakshman, taught in all the art that others taught, to King Sugriva's learned spy, thus made his eloquent reply: Full well we know the gifts that grace Sugriva, lord of banner race, and he to turn our wandering feet, that we that high-souled king may meet. So now our pleasant task shall be to do the words he speaks by thee. His prudent speech the banner heard, and all his heart with joy was stirred, and hope that league with them would bring redress and triumph to his king. End of Cantos 2 and 3.